Hi and welcome to Employee Database Management System developed in Java with Eclipse. Okay guys, let me show you how this works. So I'm going to reset, and in here let's enter new employee. Okay, and what's the NINumber of this our new employee, and the name, let's say the name is Johnny. Let's say John Johnson. Yeah, there we go. Male, date of birth, let's say is 12/04/2000. Yeah, age is 20, and wages. There we go. So just click on add and look at what's going to happen here. There. Yes, system updated complete. There. Okay, let's go into Eclipse development environment and we'll put one of these together. Hi and welcome to my Eclipse Java data management system. I'm going to start by clicking on File, select New, and come right here, select Java Project. There. I will then give my project name. I just call that employee data. There. That's going to be the name. So let's copy that. So we could then click on Finish. Right there inside a package explorer. That's my employee data there. This very one. So right click on it. Okay. And we're going to have to select class. But let me show you what we have in there. There's nothing in here now for now. Okay, so right click, new, let's create a class. And my class, I'm just going to give it a name. I'll call it employee data. That's it, period. I'm going to leave all the settings the way they are. Okay, and let's click on finish. There we go. Now my class is ready. The first thing I like to do is to import the following. So I'm going to import the Java SQL .sql.star and enter. Then I also want to import the following. I'm going to just copy that. I'm going to import Java's swing. So let's change this one to swing. There we go. And as you can see, I have .star there as well. Now straight into my public class employee data. Right in there. The first thing I like to do is let me just create a public class here. And this very public class, I'm going to make it static. And I'll just call it connection. It's going to be ConnectDB, so let's just say yeah, ConnectDB, ConnectDB, right? And let's just enter parentheses there. Press enter, and now let's add curly bracket in there. Now, to start with, I'm going to use try cache, just in case if I run into any problem, that will help me out. So let's go for class dot, we want class dot for name. Okay, and the name that I'm going to be dealing with is going to be org dot SQLite dot JBBC, and close that very. Okay, enter semicolon in there. Now the next thing I like to do, let me call my connect and declare a variable there. Okay, so come right in there and just say connect equals, let's say conn, and that conn is the name of the variable. Let's say driver manager, and that is going to be for the name of my database .get. I want you to get the following fields that I will have wherever I have my files. So I'm going to first of all just enter speech map there, and let's say Java or JDBC. Enter a column there. Is going to be an SQL column. I'm going to kind of like stop it right there for now, and I will come right down here and just let me enter a message, and that is just to show if my data is connected or not. So let's say show message. There we go. And what message would I like to show? So let me just say no, and the message I'll just say connection made. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. That will be the message that will be displayed when my data actually connect. Let's enter a semicolon there. Okay, now the next thing I'd like to do is I might as well just return it. Return conn. But right now, as you guys can see, I don't have any database because I haven't created that yet. We will create that together. So let's come right down here, and right underneath here, since I've used try cache, I might as well cache whatever error in there. So cache whatever error, exception E, and enter semicolon here as well, or curly braces. I'm just going to copy all of these and paste it right in here. There we go. Okay, as you notice, the error here is all gone. So let me go back to it again, undo that, and you see the error is back. Now paste what I copied in here, paste it in there. Now just change this one to null. There we go. And in here I can just call that connection error. There we go. There, done. So I've created the class that I will use to connect to my database. But before I continue, let me go to the browser. Alright, there we go. That's the DB browser. Okay, I'm going to show you guys where to get this browser because you're going to need it. And right here is the URL for the browser. You're going to need that, and you will also need the SQL driver. Okay, these two. Okay, I might as well, these very links, I'm going to enter them in my description area because you're going to need it. Okay, so once you install the browser, this is how the browser will look like, and that's the DB browser for SQLite. Okay, now let me create a table. I'm going to click on new database, and this very new database, where do I want to save it? So I'm going to go straight into my area, and right in here is my Eclipse, and let's look for employee data. There we go. What will be the name? So just call that employee. There, that's the name of my database. Okay, employee, and I'll just click on save, and the table name is going to be known as employee as well. So the first thing I want to do is come right here. You see where we have add field, click on that. The very first field is going to be employee ID, and this very employee ID, I'm going to make it a text. Okay, and it's going to be my primary key as well. Look at it, it's all there for you. That's how good this system is. Okay, add another one. The other one is going to be NI, National Insurance Number. The National Insurance Number, I'm going to make the data type text as well, then followed by first name. First name obviously is going to be text. Now surname. Next one is gender. The next one, that's going to be date of birth. Then we have, let's enter age and come right down here. Let's check out how much this guy ends. Right there. So those are my fields. In total I should have about 8. Yeah, that should be 8. Okay, now let's change the data type of these. I'm going to change them all to text. Come right down. That's going to be text as well. Text, and finally that's text. Okay, look at the SQL there generated for you. Okay, so let's click on OK. That's it. My database is created there. Now I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to close that. Just make sure it's saved there. Okay, minimize this. Now I need to go to the location where the database is created, so that I'll copy the link and we can add that right in here. Okay, let's locate directory where I saved my database. That's my database right there. I'm now going to make sure it's selected. Hold on to your shift key, right click, and let's select copy path. There we go, the path is now copied. Minimize that, and right here, take a good look at it. Let's collapse this right here. I'm now going to enter the path that I've just copied. It's right there now. I will delete this backslash and also delete this very speech mark there, and there's an XX speech mark here that needs to go there. Get rid of this backslash as well. There we go, and that is my database directory. Okay, let me press enter so that you can see it properly. That's the directory for my database. Okay, you can do the same thing. So the class is officially taken care of. Now let's come back to our package explorer here. Now that we have our employee data, that would be for the connections to be made to the database. So the next thing I want to do now is to go straight in here, right click, and in here I now want to go to new, and let's select order. In there, what we need is our window builder. Okay, sometimes you might not see your window builder in this directory if you don't have your window builder. Let's assume you don't have your window builder. Go to help and you select Eclipse Marketplace, and this dialog box pops up. You see where we have search. Just type in window builder right there, window builder, and just click on the search, and guess what, the system will officially search for it and you can then install it. There we go. Okay, the one I'm using is 1.9.3, and I also have a tutorial on YouTube on how to reinstall your window builder. All you need to do is to just click on install, and that's it. I've already installed it, so I cannot click on this for it to work. So close that. That's how you get your window builder back. Now let's come back in here. So I'm now going to right click on the file name, go to new, select order, and right there what we need is application window. But make sure the application window is from the window builder. So this is how it's going to look like. If you drop down the window builder, you go to swing, drop down the swing designer, and you should be able to find your application window right in there. So if we collapse it all, this is what you will see: window builder, swing designer, inside swing designer, application window. Click on next, and there I'm going to give my project name, so I've just called that employee there, and then click on finish. There we go, that's my employee there. Now I can start work with my design. So to start work with the design of the interface, let me show you how the framework looks like for now. There we go, that's the framework. Okay, so let's just right click on it and come straight to set layer, and I'll change that to absolute layer there. So let's go back to the source. Right in here, what I want to do is to increase the frame size. So first thing first, let's get rid of this 100 by 100. I'm going to change that to 0 by 0, which means I want the whole system to start from the upper left hand corner and fill up the string. And this 450, that's the width, I will change it to 1400. This is the height, 300, I will change it to 800 there. Okay, so that you guys can see this properly. So I'm going to go to my windows here and just go to edit, and let's zoom out a bit more. Okay, there. So that is the changes that I've made so far. Now let's go straight to my design, and that's the string. You see the frame. Now before I go any further, I'm going to collapse this, and let's collapse this for now. We'll be back to that very structure. Okay, now inside the container here, I need labels. Drop a label there. I need JText field. Add JText field there. I also need buttons. JButton. Paste that underneath there. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's select JTable. I'm going to need that as well. Click and just drag. That is my JTable right there. Okay, now that my JTable is in place, right click on it and let's select, or let's surround it with the scrollable bar. That is it right here, you see. Okay, the swing J stroll plane, this very one. Click on it. There we go. There. Or if you want, you can always add it before adding the table. That's it right there. Okay, now I have that embed to my table. So if we come in here, let's go straight to the structure. You see right inside the structure, stroll plane is there. If I drop this down, and that is my table right there, click on the table. Okay, you can see the table is right there. Now let's modify this table before we go any further. I will change the, okay, let's change that to about 14 and make it bold. And let's come right where we have mode and change, click on the 3 dots there. I will now add as follows. Let's add insert 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those. Okay, I'm going to also, that's 8 columns. I'm going to add 1 row there just to enable me so that I can use that to change the data around. Now select this very first row and change the name to employer ID. There, select the second row and modify that as well. Second row is going to be known as NINumber. Come to the third one, first name, and this will be sorting. Come right here, let's change that to gender. Maybe we'll call this here age. No, it will be date of birth. This will be the age, and right here I'm going to call that salary. There we go. That's it. I've carried out all the modification required for my, oh, this is in the wrong place. Let's come right here. Alright, you see this very first column? I really don't need it, so I'm going to go back in there and just get rid of that column for now. Change that to 0. That column is gone. Click on OK. There we go. That's my title. So the title for the table is all sorted, and the table itself is more or less sorted. So let's come back in here. You see all of these? I'm going to select these 3 items there. Okay, select 1, 2, and 3. Then let's change the font size to something a little bit readable. I'm going to make it about 18 bold. There, all done. Now, the text, that one is called text field. So I need 8 of those, and I also need about 8 of these as well. 8 of these is required as well anyway. Alright, now copy both. Okay, we can just hold on to the control or right click and just copy. There. And right click, paste. That is 2. Alright. In total, I need 8. Copy and paste. Yeah, that makes life easy for me. Alright. Select. Right click, copy, come right down here, paste. Okay. That is fine. Now for the button. I have a button in here. That very button here. Okay. Now open up the button a little bit. Okay, come right down here. I'm going to make that about 4. Now copy. Paste. We have 2. Paste again. We have 3. And come right down here. 1 more. Paste. We have 4. And I'm going to change the data I have inside this very button. So come in here. This one is going to be exit. And hopefully the name should be changed automatically. Very good. Come to the next one here. And I'll change this to reset. Press enter. The name is changed as well. And the next one, let's print. Press enter. And finally, this one is going to be known as add new. There we go. Add new. I'm going to have to change that manually. There. All of that is set. Now, let's give this label a name. This very first one is going to be known as, I'm just going to type that all out, employee ID. The text box on it is going to be known as employee ID. So let's call that JTXT employee ID. That's it. Now the next one, change this one to NINumber. Text box, change the text box to JTXT NINumber, followed by surname, or first name, not surname, and the text box will be known as JTXT first name. This will be surname. Repeat the same thing for this, and that will be JTXT there. We have gender here, so let's change this to JTXT gender. and this is gender. This is going to be DOB. And the text box will be DOB. JTextArea date of birth. Now, just 2 more to go and that'll be all. That's going to be age. Text box JTXT age. This is known as salary. And text box is going to be known as JTXT salary. JTXT salary. That's it, all done. So the whole interface is taken care of now, though I do need to rearrange it.